Frog and Pleasant down to the Deagles. Japaleno still holding their own here, still taking out the positions. Gets a trade back towards that short position area, but now the AK in the hands of Ivan. This could look a bit scary for the T side.
It looks like they're just going to gamble stack the B bomb site. Now, considering you got an AK and you just got Deagles, gambling stacking sites is probably the best thing that you can do. There's a minute left on the clock. At least holding 3 players over towards B gives you the best advantage possible. Resmoke coming up for short. Now, I don't even know what Relax is going to be able to do here because he's so far back to even assist his teammates at B.
Oh, DJL still press the issue here. Relaxer will get to position eventually with the AWP. A little bit of support. Dizon taking out the pistol close to range. DJL deals with Flowich, eventually finishing off the job that he started. Still got the AK in play here. Close to another bomb plant. He'll take out Relaxer, but it's turned on towards by Dizon with damage onto DJL. All going to rest on Nuki here. The defuse kit is on him. The Deagle is in play. He fires away towards short. Will give up his position. Hoping for a lucky break here. He's not going to go to him here. Fire and shots and nothing coming through. Bomb down and a 1v2. I'm looking like Japaleno will turn their sec to the favour of that T side, but for a minute there it did look pretty scary that those Eagles were going to be able to do some damage. As time ticks away, Nuki's got to go in, and Dizon will shut him down. So 9-6 eventually to the favour of Hellraisers, similar to the way things went down in the first half of Inferno here, Dwayne. But I will say that Hellraisers look significantly better than what Japaleno did.
Yeah, 100%. I think for the Swedes, we really only saw some comfortable rounds towards the end of that first half. And I think for Hellraiser's sake, I mean, I reckon they might have like a bit of a harder time, I think, going into the T side. Especially a map like Overpass, which isn't your map pick, you're always going to obviously find the City side being stronger. And you'll find that on any map that's not your map pick, that you find it a little bit more comfortable on City side. But look, I tell you what, we're seeing some promising stuff. And at least for me, I'm not seeing... See, something that I saw from Movistar Riders, especially in that first map, was Estor, you know, not showing up on the server. One thing I'm not seeing from Hellraisers is an individual not stepping up. Everyone's finding kills and everyone's finding impact. Now, as a team, you can't ask for any more than that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, if everyone's having impact, then at that point, you know, you're kind of performing at maximum capacity if you're on the...
As much as, yeah, pretty much.
And the question I think really is that, you know, for this team, is that going to be enough to drive them over? Because they're up against some staunch competition that's been proven so far. There's still some very close score lines.
Yeah. We've had
I still think there's a lot of questions about who's actually going to win this one overall. You know, like even though Hellraisers themselves have had a decent second half going into their T side of Inferno, and even though they could have a decent T side half going into the second half of Overpass, I still think Japaleno could do some damage. You know?
Look, I think it comes down to the pistol in the first gun round. I think that really sets the pace for either one of these teams. And I think for Japaleno, I think there's still a lot more that we're still yet to see on this matchup. So maybe the second half's going to give us a little bit of light to shine down onto them. Now, for Hellraiser's sake, a lot of things we've seen before from them on their pistol rounds is a lack of utility. This time around, there's 2 sets for Crush and Ivan.
Meanwhile, on the Japaleno side, the utility sits to the favour of Relaxer with the defuse kit. No smokes, no single flash smoke HE. Ooh.
That's a nice, good start.
Drive by a dink. EJL down to 20 HP. Not quite a kill just yet. Hellraisers moving into the connector area. Dizon and Pleasant, the crossfires locked 2 picks, 3 picks found on trade. They're going to press for even more. They'll find Crush. That's the entire round dismantled. Don't even need the defuse kit or the HE. Angel will get 1 pick back, but this is already over. Absolute decimation on the crossfire. Dizon with 3 kills as well. Beautiful stuff on the CT side.
Yeah, so some really nice stuff. Really great established crossfire in towards that comm position. Just trying to draw away the attention. It's a good picks being found. For the T side, it is going to be a rough one as Angel's the last one left. And he would have known that he was able to produce a dink onto one of the players over towards A. But now that player's gone to B, so that information's been given up, and this round should be over relatively quickly unless the CTs just manage to give Angel individual one-on-one duels for no reason whatsoever.
I mean, their positions actually do suggest this might be possible. Especially if you force the issue towards that short area, then yeah, it's an easy kill. Bomb site plant, force the issue on 1, 2, 3. Let's go towards mid instead, actually. So, you know, actually, the Japaleno side do secure a pretty confident pistol as he checks out the mid position, not the stairs entrance. Now, the one CT was holding out at. So, similar positions again. 9-6 half up for Hellraisers, and Japaleno win the pistol. And if history repeats itself yet again tonight, this will be a 9-9 scoreline before the Hellraisers pull away and eventually win the map. Now, the question is, will that all happen? I get to find out. Nades up, damage done. Freddy taking a little bit of early damage from the Japaleno side, but getting the first pick against Angel in return.
Good start coming out for the CT forces. And that's an important thing, especially when you've been able to win the pistol round, is finding an early kill in the follow-up. 2 M4s up for Mars and a couple of MP9s. A bathroom's entrance smoke coming up from Nookie. And re-smoke for Relaxer as well. So for Hellraisers, just going to be walking up this HE. Probably not going to do too much damage. But I think for the Swedish lineup, I think it's just really important to be able to convert this first gun round. That's the thing that they're going to be looking at the most.
Yeah, you know, especially when Hellraisers have a force buy around, we've seen how well these force buys can work out with CIS teams. Well, not to be in this case, however, Hellraisers have certainly had their struggles over the course of these weird sort of buy-ups. Prosto were able to make those ecos work pretty well. The same company said for HR. Ooh, missed nade from DJ. If that landed in the window, then maybe the crush could have been taken out, but it's Flarich working his way in. Nice nade on Relax, that'll do a ton of damage. Not as much as I thought it would. Fleck back to his head will take out the first kill for Hellraisers with an MP9 picked up. The utility coming in from Hellraisers. They're going to commit wholeheartedly to this A bomb site spray. Professor gets 1 and 2. Nice and easy for him. Smokes down as Ivan also goes dropping into a triple kill. And for Martin, the back lines for DJL will finish off the job for the Japaleno side. 8-9, moving in and moving up and continuing to press forward here.
Easy
One
as chips.
eco. Easy as chips, great.
I've picked it up. I've been transitioned.
Yeah, mate. Finally, welcome to civilization. Easy as chips. Easy as Savoy chips.
Well, not too much being found from the Hellraisers in the last round. Couple of upgrades again. No armor to come out. Don't want to spend too much money. Plesson with his HE. Going to take Nookie down to 76. But I feel like for the CT side, they should have a pretty easy time. And Nookie's probably getting a little bit annoyed there that he just got spammed down.
Scene. Plesson knows where he is.
Oh! That's like the best feeling, is like, you get a little bit of information, like, alright, no, he's around this area, let's go for a spam, and you get a kill. It's like, pristine.
Perfect.
Perfect.
If you will.
Perfecto.
Perfecto, yeah, indeed. Part of Narvi now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Minute on the clock. And Plesson trying for take 2, trying to repeat the same thing twice. Unfortunately, will not be seen by the Hellraisers side. Neither will he see any Hellraisers player, so I guess it cuts both ways. T-side players into this mid position. Nice nade, done 2 points of damage. A massive amount of damage done towards Ivan, I'd say, you know.
Yeah.
Truly will hinder him. It does in the end. Freddy Frog takes the kill. The M4, man down. Angel also going down. Plesson will get himself an SMG frag. Bomb dropped. Crush. Good kill back over to the B bomb side, but ideally he needs to face up and die against somebody here. In the fight left and right. Relaxing now with an 8 up. This should go landing pretty decently. Oh, wow.
No, armor just, like, rips through.
I didn't know it could do that much damage, though. Christ. I guess probably because most of the time nades land on armored players rather than...
I think it's something... I think it's like 97 HP is like the maximum HE can do to a non-armored
No, that's
person.
true, actually, because like if you can body tag them, body tag them, then like I think...
Body tag with the HE and it lands, you can kill them.
Yeah.
But like the chance of that happening is like really small.
I've only ever seen it once in like ESL Pro League Season 4.
Oh, history.
It was on Cash, I remember actually, because someone, I think it was Olafmeister, lobbed a nade over...
Cash.
Cash. And Olafmeister lobbed a nade over from heaven, it landed on a B-bomb site onto a Kevlarless player on the eco.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was actually beautiful. I think I remember that clip somewhere. Ooh.
Good spam.
Speaking of spams from connector area, Plesson will take out his first frag. straight through the wood wall. DJL traded back by Angel there by the Hellraisers side as they have tried to take blow for blow between Japaleno and Hellraisers. 4-on-4 situation, so nothing major coming in for both sides. But rifles being traded as they get the big guns in the hands of the right people, it seems.
No, Relaxer's actually really aggressive with this AWP into like the long bathrooms area. Smoked off the angle. But what that actually allows is for Crush to almost push up to the A bomb site. Now, he's got to deal with Freddy Frog here, but if he's able to take down Freddy Frog, that's an opening kill towards A. Ivan getting a pick to the short player, and it looks like they just want to hit towards B, but they need to deal with Dijon, which is... Oh, actually, they might bring this back. What does Crush do here? Just waits. Yeah. Nice.
Nicely done to take out Relaxer. Dijon does challenge on towards Nuki, though. They're going to press the bomb right in here. That's Freddy Frog getting a kill. The crossfire set against the next man. Hellraisers can throw this whole round away, but Ivan with all pick turned back around by Dijon. Now it's all going to rest on Crush. AK up here towards Heaven. What? Just recovers the situation. Dijon could not tell where he was coming from. What? From Graffiti or Heaven, I guess it's a bit difficult to hear the footsteps.
He got like stuck on the wooden like panel. I mean, he heard the footsteps towards Heaven. There's no doubt about it. He heard the footsteps, but he got, like, caught. I don't know if that was, like, a clip edging or what that was, but that is absolutely massive. To think that the lurker at A was able to win out that round, not only by cutting off the rotations, but actually clutching the 1v1 in the end. And for the Swedes, you've got to be, like, kicking yourself because you had such an advantage and you allowed a lurker to just have so much impact in that last round.
Yeah, and that's a key mistake there for Japaleno. One of the many key mistakes I think they've made that have allowed Hellraisers to take as many rounds as they have. You know, I think there should be a much closer match, potentially with a couple, with the map going the way of Japaleno, if they want to make all these big mistakes, you know. Speaking of mistakes, you can see the kill counts right now. It's a mistake that they have DJL on the team, apparently. 8 kills so far for the CT side. The only player on this CT side to have single digits, Crush, being on the Hellraisers part, has 9, so he's not that much better off here, Blake. Yeah. But even so, Freddy Frog, first pick found on Angel, close range positions around the corner in connector, and 2 players do go falling, so a much better start for Japaleno in this one. They have been able to get those opening kills, but Hellraisers have turned this around very effectively several different times in the past. Ivan will turn around towards Relaxer, try and force him off angle, does not get the headshot or the kill against the CT man, but the AWP is now taken away for T-Con control. And
I love the way the CTs just fall back as well. We've seen Relaxer go for that peek, gets the early information, and Freddy Frog just falling back. He's going to re-smoke deep towards that monster area. And possibly try and set up a crossfire with Relaxer, who's looking towards long position at the moment. Nuki, though, going to be able to find a kill onto the barrels player with the beat bomb site and somehow finds a second kill. The trade coming out, but Hellraisers at least bringing this back.
It's massive for the T side. A 3-on-2 situation. It's a man advantage compared to the 2-man advantage the Japaleno was sitting at a moment ago. They've got to get this bomb in from short, and Dizon's in such a good position to shut it out. Flash is over. Crush is ready. He's not actually. From R straight up to the AK, Ivan gets a kill with the Galil, but Dizon, so long as he waits here, he'll have to force the issue on Ivan. The AWP also crossfiring out, so they'll watch Monster and they'll watch Short. Only 2 places that Ivan can come from. Got to force the issue out here with this Galil. And how likely is this going to happen? 15 seconds, go to check Dizon's position. He does find the angle, does not find the shot. 3 kills for Dizon. Very well played for Japaleno.
And it really came off Freddy Frog finding 2 kills in connector. I've really been impressed by Freddy Frog. He's definitely held his ground in this matchup, being a high impact player for them. And Hellraisers not getting a bomb plant in that last round. Oh, come on, please, 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 please. Oh! It's so rare to see a kill from that.
It's so rare to see a player go for that these days. Like, every time it comes out, I just get excited, like, oh, come on, come on, come on, let's see.
Especially with X-Ray as well. It gives it like a little bit more hype.
Relaxer will get his AWP kill in the end by taking out Ivan, falling back out towards that mid position, eventually overwhelmed by the Eco Pistols. Angel going to pick up that AWP and try and deal with the backstabbing player. They might allow a bomb plant here. Japaleno to deal with Flourish though, so Smokes down to try and stop Crush from getting onto the bomb site, stop him from getting a plant down. Smokes and flashes over into this mid position. Going to be very passive and carefully controlled here by the Hellraisers camp. Another smoke up. And a flashbang over from Dizon will try and stop them. They're going to make their way in eventually here. A smoke down to buy a bit more cover on the site itself. A secondary smoke also to cover up all the gaps. Plant at the very edge. Awkward positions. The distraction from Angel will secure the bomb plant. I love that, actually.
Yeah, that's super smart.
That's brilliant. They will lose Crush in the end. They will lose the round, but it does not matter. They secure the bomb plant for an eco. That's enough.
That's massive. That's really big of Angel playing a bit of a distraction there to be able to get that bomb in defused. And it looks like they just want to go and pick up something else. So that's probably the deagles that they want to go and pick up. That's why we're not seeing the defuse just being stuck straight away. 11-10, the lead going in the way of the Swedes. AWP to come out for Ivan as well. Have we seen a tactical pause for Hellraisers in this map so far?
They have had one, which was during that technical timeout, remember?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they also had a second timeout when it was 9-10.
Right, okay.
And they were starting to lose grip of their lead, so... Had a couple of tacticals so far in this one. Japaleno also taking about the same number. Actually, no, they've called for a few more than what we expected. 3 used for the Japaleno side. They've only got one more that they can take. Hellraisers still have 2 in their bank account, their timeout account. The buyers coming through, the defaults out from Hellraisers early on in this one. That bomb's not going to win to either site, but connector control be gained by Angel, responded to by Dizon out from their short position against the 5-on-4 already for the CT side.
Man advantage being found. Relaxer going to make that even better. A 2-man advantage being found from the CT side, and Hellraisers, it's kind of like they've hit a brick wall now as the Swedes have really started to take control in these gun rounds over in the second half. And for Hellraisers' sake, maybe even a set piece might be their best option. I mean, Nookie's been able to find a lot of work towards the B-bomb site, but it just seems these defaults that they're losing man advantages. Ivan with the AWP, making a presence out towards long.
AWP scope up, smokes down towards bathrooms and long. Freddy Frog waiting for 2 players out mid, dropping that bomb, dropping the second. That's round over. Oh, Hellraisers, how easily you're falling to the hands of Japaleno, and what was a very confident T side, it's a confident CT side as well, going into that last map as well, is now just sort of crumbled to pieces here in this second half. And this time it's Japaleno taking over control here, Dwag. You know, they equalized against Hellraisers over on Inferno, and then they weren't able to gain control after the fact. Now with a double orb setup coming in from the CTs with a very broken half buy from Hellraisers. Are they on max loss bonus? Yes, they are. So they'll have enough to go for a buy in the next one, but after that, like, it's just going to become a case of half by, you know, rifle, half by rifle. They've got to get something on the board against Japaleno. They've got to break that cycle before they lose control entirely.
And I think what we've seen is 2 very weak second halves coming out for each team. Execution up to the B bomb side might actually work out well for the T side, but it is going to be the hold coming out from the AK and the AWP. Relaxer into the heaven position, going to be able to connect onto 1, but it's still 2 more players to deal with. If they can get another bomb plant, this would be absolutely massive, but it should be a difficult task considering the amount of numbers already here at the B bomb side. Relaxer with his AWP, not going to miss those, and Crush now the last one left. In a 1 versus 5, Jake finds 1 kill and a little bit of damage to the second, but it is going to be a 13th. And I think we're starting to see some confidence now.
Indeed we are. Took a bit of time again for the Swedes to get started on this second map, and even longer to see the confident style of players coming in from this CT side. Now they're here standing with double orb setups, plenty of cash to invest. Hellraisers are going to have to work hard to break down the economy and gain some major advantage over Sweden. They took an opportunity. Oh, I saw that
was close.
Well. The AWP will take on the other AWP instead of Ivan. Oh, Pleston, excuse me. Relaxer focusing fire over towards this long position. Ivan opens things up with the opening kill of the T sideline. Now, Hellraisers just can't afford to let control of this. You know, they've gotten those opening kills, and Japaleno have found good trades before. That's sort of taken a lot of the wind out of the sails for this T side. And
I think one thing as well for the last sort of few rounds for Hellraisers, they've been struggling to get an opening man advantage. So they look to their AWPer to find the opening AWP duel. Finally something to work with. Counter boost over the CTs. Nookie gets taken out, and I love the way that the Swedes are able to bring back what was a disadvantage. 4 versus 4. They're leaving Crush here to kind of lurk around this A bomb site, but it looks like it is going to be the B side execution to come through, at least by the pressure of the T side.
Flashes over from Ivan here to Rifles, to AKs to enter. Here they go. 3 players. Define Crush forces Relaxer off angle. AK looking on towards DGL. He's completely blind with a flash. And now it's Dizon next up the face here for Japaleno. AWP takes the leg shot, but Angel gets himself a second kill. And Relaxer's forced back to save. Freddy Frog will try and make his way in from connector, but he won't be able to do anything. And this is a 1 versus 4 for the Orb that he just cannot win. A 11th on the board for the Hellraisers squad. Japaleno finally getting knocked down a peg by Hellraisers. Taking some time for this one, but the confident hits coming through. The good flashes as well to set themselves up, because DJL was completely blind on that corner area. Yeah, and
the great thing as well is Angel being able to find 2 kills. Angel finds that first kill onto DGL, but I feel like if he doesn't find that second kill onto Dijon, then that round's over. Like, the CTs had a pretty good crossfire. I mean, they had 3 players over towards the B bomb side. Like Jay said, some really good flashbangs coming up. Angel's able to swing out, and he finds 2 kills on the entry to that B bomb site, but it all started off with the AWP of Ivan. Relaxer at least going to take Angel down, so only 3 players surviving for the T side. But I feel like that's what Hellraisers needed, was just 1 round to sort of get the feeling like they're back into this game, Jay. And I can definitely... I've got this feeling that this is definitely going to be a close scoreline on the second map.
To be fitting with the theme of the day so far, we haven't had a single map on this stream where they haven't gone to both double digits.
That's true. That is true.
This could be very interesting for the T side. And can they pull one over against the Japaleno side? That first kill on Ivan suggests they can. Taking out Freddy Frog to kick things off. Flowich going to move into position on this connector area as well. Molotovs to try and force further CTs out position to go for the peek up, but nothing will come through. Crossfire from Dizon and DGL gets Angel down. They can't quite focus fire on the man out the doorway at Squeak Door. Nuki will make his way out from Monster. DGL better be ready for this. Dizon certainly is, and damage being done. Nuki holds his own, but DGL gets it back to 3 versus 3. And the 1-for-1 trades keep this whole thing at dead set even here in round 10 of the half. The bomb going to make his way out towards the A bomb site, because Flowich has just peeked up, gotten that kill on Relaxer, and opened it up for business.
I think this round's over. I feel like the CTs have to save. It's 2 versus 3. It is going to take a while for the bomb to get planted, because it is just so far back. That was a bit of a missed Molotov as well, unless he was trying to go for the back corner of the APC position. Now, what we saw there, Jay, is actually Freddy Frog deciding to go for the AWP, and the reason for that is because he had the quickest spawn to connector. But even with that quicker spawn, we still saw Ivan opening up the first jewel of the map. And what's this, 2 rounds in a row now that Ivan's been able to get an AWP pick? He's going to start feeling it.
Absolutely, yeah. Like he's been a little bit quiet in the last handful of rounds for the Hellraiser side, and now he's stepping it up, with him as well being the top fragger, even despite his quietness over the last few rounds. Hellraisers carried straight out of the dirt, kicking and screaming back into what could be their 2-0 series here, Dweg. They will need to gain a lead above Japaleno first, and these 2 weapons being saved by the Swedes makes sense. They got 3 players on 4 digits of cash. And with, what is it, first stage loss bonus? Okay, so they will have $1,900 going their way at this stage. They should have set up a decent couple of drops from DJL and Relaxer, potentially an SMG drop for Pleasant.
Well, Relaxer can buy an AWP, and DGL and Pleasant are going to be able to drop over M4s as well.
That's what I'm saying.
So it depends whether they want to go for the double AWP setup, though. That's the big question. Because it's very expensive to go for it.
I don't think they should.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
they
opt
won't.
against it. I like that.
Yeah, M4's brought down on towards Dizon here, the A1S for the CT side. The M4's, of course, out for the same. And the AWP on Relaxer here will not go, actually will go for the CT spawn shot, but will not connect it to anything again for the T side. 3rd time unlucky, if you will. Very fast play from Angel. He's going to try and catch him off guard, but that's a mistake for the Hellraisers, as Japaleno are ready for it. They have their crosshairs trained. They're expecting Hellraisers to get reckless. That's exactly what they did. They're punished for it.
Yeah, look, Angel just tried to go for a really fast play towards that short position, just hoping to catch the CTs off guard. That is an absolutely fantastic spam coming in there from Pleasant. And I think this round's pretty much over at this point, unless something can go back in the way of Hellraisers. But to be in a 3 versus 5 with like no map control at this point, it's just going to be so difficult. And I think for the CTs, they just need to be careful not to give up any individual jewels that can't be traded, because this really should be a 14th round for the Swedes. I mean, what an opening it is, especially being this late into the second half. It's got so much impact on the game.
45 seconds left. And the T's press forward towards this mid position.
There is no one on A.
There is no one on A. They've got a nice line inland here. Freddy Frog's going to try and creep in over from the bathrooms area and try to set this up. You'll hear the utility coming in. Further Molotovs down towards the bomb site here. He might wrap up behind them. Look at Freddy's position. He's got so much to find. He misses his AWP. He misses his rail towards Ivan. Eventually takes down the AWP player. 19 seconds to the clock. He's going to wrap back over. Freddy baits him for the second kill. On through triple against the likes of Crush. Running out of ammo, but the USP is on such low HP that he can still win out the fight and win out the round for Japaleno. How on earth did he get so easy kills against that T side? They baited in the wrong positions, went way too reckless in that round for HELLRAISERS as a whole. Yeah,
look, I think it was very difficult for them to come back. I don't know if I like that positioning coming out for the CT side, because I feel like any quicker on the timing to the A execute, and that bomb site was open. Freddy Frog, though, again, holding off strongly towards that A bomb site. This is going to be fast again. At least Nookie wants to try and entry up to this B. Bomb site finds one kill, does get traded, but turns it into a 4 versus 4. And I feel like HELLRAISERS are going for these aggressive early plays to try and get an opening man advantage. At least this time it works for them.
If he was able to get the secondary kill, then it might have been a sacrifice worth it. However, I don't think that it was. HELLRAISERS standing out that mid position over on long. Players going to make their way inland for the rest of the T-side forces. Relaxer playing with his smoke and his nade here, trying to stop them from making any progress into the A bomb site. The smoke's over at the bathrooms area. Meanwhile, counter control going to be contested by Flarich and by the likes of Angel. Mac 10 does move in and take a kill back, so a 3-on-3 situation. We need a rifle back. That nades plays perfectly. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Now Freddy Frog looking in for an next frag, and Molotovs against him over at the ramp area. Secondary flashbangs over. He does still get that quick kill. Nicely done for the CT side. Man advantage regained against the T's. Ivan moving up. Relaxer knows exactly where he is. Just waiting for the moment to strike here. Another great nade as well.
They're actually going to stack 3 players over at B. So this is going to be a bomb plan coming in for HELLRAISERS. I'd love for them to get aggressive in towards the bank position. 2v3. This is such a vital round for HELLRAISERS to convert. Wow, they're all coming on the flank actually. No one's coming up from CT Sport.
Wow. They're both checking out. No, Ivan's got his back turned. I thought he was peeking out towards mid. Apparently he wasn't. Crush, last man standing. Gets the kill on Freddy. He's now going to find 2 more here. AWP and AK. Bomb planted for default, I believe it is. Spots out Pleasant, takes him down. Flashbang evaded. He's got a peek on Relaxer though. 1 versus 1.
Oh,
he gets the headshot. The angle's placed perfectly, 15 HP, he stays alive and keeps HELLRAISERS alive. 1 round from the lead of Japaleno.
You've got to be kidding me. They even had a flashbang, they knew where he was. The 1v3 coming out from Crush. Oh my goodness, the bottom fragger on the T side for HELLRAISERS comes up absolutely massive. Oh, that could have been round 15. That is just so disappointing for the Swedes. Now, at least it hasn't broken their economy.
No.
So, at least they've been able to get a good buy back in. Yes, we've got Plessed on the FAMAS, but overall, it is still a very strong buy. But how... I just don't understand how you even offer an opportunity for Crush to be able to make that a possibility. That's so big.
So brilliant as well. HELLRAISERS giving up 2 1v1s to the likes of Crush. Oh, awkward smokes down. Unfortunately, a couple of mistakes still being made by this T side, but again, look how quick Angel wants to get himself set up. He's not going to go so far as to face us against Dizon, because again, he's ready for the aggression to wrap back over. Mookie, we dealt with by DJL. Dizon gets a secondary pick back 5-on-3 situation. Japaleno, this time they're the one finding the 1v1s, and again, the early aggression from HELLRAISERS just hasn't worked out. They need to stop pushing into these short and monster positions because they're getting picked apart every single time for it.
And player out towards long, just doing some jump spotting. AWP of Relaxer should be at least jiggle peeking the angle. The Swedes have put themselves in a fantastic position now. 4v3. They don't have a lot of utility to back them up, where HELLRAISERS do have quite a lot. Thing is, though, it's just the numbers game in this round. That's the big important thing.
Seconds here. Relaxer with his orb, the smoke up from Crush. Flowich is also standing by. The flashbangs do go over here. Plesson with the FAMAS out on the bench position will move up to it. Oh, he's so pushed up against the T sideline. This is a backstab worth the ages. 1 kill found against Crush. Got a look under the AK, playing Ring of Roses. Left and right peeks between the walls. Eventually finds Ivan on the site, and Flowich will be left alone to secure a bomb plant and a 1v4 clutch. It's not going to happen. And HELLRAISERS with an important clutch on Crush's part, now just thrown away by the rest of the T side. Another tactical will be called by this T side as well, because they're on map point against Japaleno. It is their map pick at the very least. There's at least that caveat point, but their 2-0 was in touching distance here, Dwayne. They kept it alive.
They certainly did. I think that's, you know, a fantastic return, though, from the CTs, because after losing a 1v3 like that, it's got to be really disheartening. And you got to think, you know, that could have been the map point for us, but at least they've been able to bring it back now. And yeah, look, this buy from HELLRAISERS is going to be really shaky. We've got a Galil up already. Angel just on the Deagle. Flowich probably get a Deagle as well. I don't think we'll see any more SMGs. Yeah, it's going to be 2 Galils, a couple of Deagles, and Flowich on the CZ. So definitely not one of the strongest buys we've seen from HELLRAISERS so far.
Be a tough graph to get back into this one as well. Oh, quickly they're moving into this one. Angel with the Deagle up. Good picks against Relaxer. Not quite found, actually. Freddy gets that kill instead. Needs to try and respond to it. Ivan will make his way up with the Deagle. The CTs. Oh, smokes down from the body block, but either way, Freddy Fox in position. That's up 2 players to line up. He only gets that 1 kill. Meanwhile, Plesson moving in with the smoke also out for his position. The Molotovs coming in and try to force him off angle back here towards the back plant area. He still gets that headshot on the 1 man. And Nuki and Ivan, the last 2 players left. Ivan taking damage, going down. Nuki with 3 players to find. He won't find any of them there. 16-13, a good effort there from the HELLRAISERS, as they almost had their opponent's map pick in the same sort of way as the first map of Inferno, but in the end it will be 1-1 on the board, and we'll be going to our 3rd map of Dust 2.
Dust 2?
For this matchup. I read the veto wrong, actually. That was my bad. I do apologise there, Dwayne. I realised I've given you wrong information at the start of the series.
Okay. Dust 2. I think that's like first time we've casted Dust 2 in a long time.
I mean, I'm not too thrilled about it regardless, because I hate the map. But
yeah.
You know.
But no, look, I think Dust 2 it's a good 3rd map. Look, that was a strong second half coming out for the Swedes. I think they really started to turn it around, and I think for HELLRAISERS' sake, I mean, you mentioned it a few times of just like the early aggression on the T side just not working out for them. Yeah. And it just seemed like it was just read too well by the City side.
It was costing them so much. Whenever they went that aggressive, they always just got shut down very easily, and that was the problem. I think you know, they just got shut down way too easily when they went that aggressive. They needed a bit of time with the setup and the defaults to potentially get some picks or information that helped, that it would have aided them. If they had done that, I feel like HELLRAISERS possibly could have had that 2-0, but the fact that they didn't means that this is going to be a bit more concerning. I'm still on for my HELLRAISERS losing prediction. Fingers crossed. But, you know, regardless,
yeah,
you did call the 2-1 here for HELLRAISERS. Going into Dust 2, do you think that's going to still be the case?
Look, I think if Ivan can continue AWPing like he did, I feel like they can definitely pull a victory away. The scary thing for me, though, is the fact that Dust 2 really opens the opportunity for double AWPs, and we've never really seen HELLRAISERS double AWP at all, where we saw it come out for the Swedes, but not really have too much impact. So I wonder whether a map like Dust 2 is going to allow that to have more impact. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see, but I'm going to stay strong with HELLRAISERS taking Dust 2. All
right, we'll find out whether they can do after this very short break. Do not go anywhere. It's going to be our final map of the night here in the final map of our lower bracket coverage here on the playoffs with the Mountain Dew League. Continuing after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Everybody loves an underdog.
Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Until the morning, sleep until